Leading Tory Brexiteer Jacob Rees-Mogg is heading a protest over a Brexit deal which the fishing community is calling an abject betrayal.
Yes, in the next hour, a group of Tory MPs and fishermen are literally throwing fish from this trawler into the Thames. They say it symbolises a potential death sentence for the British fishing industry. They're angry a Brexit transition deal will allow the EU to maintain control of Britain's waters until 2020.
Well, joining us now is MEP and former UKIP leader Nigel Farage, who's also backing the protest. Nigel, any negotiation requires compromise. We have to give on some things. It's bad luck for the fishermen, people say, but it's part of the process, and it's only for the transition period.
I don't believe that, and they don't believe that either. Look, so many promises have been made by this government. It was in the Tory manifesto. When we leave, we get back control of what is rightfully ours. We're talking here about our territorial waters. You know, whether it's Norway or Iceland, they have a 200-mile limit or the median line, and they're in control of it.
But is the concern about this being done for the transition period, which is only 20 months, so after 40-odd years, does it really matter? Or is the wider concern that actually it's not clear whether this will end at the end of the transition period? Is that the bigger concern, that actually this might just be a little deal on the side?
We traded away the fishing industry to join the common market, and it looks like we're trading it away on the way out as well. And, do you know, we've lost tens of thousands of jobs in the fishing industry and related industries. As I say, I mentioned Norway a moment ago. Norway police their own waters. They've got a thriving, not just industry, but also ecosystem. We are still dumping back dead hundreds of thousands of tons of fish every single year. The whole thing is sick, frankly. And the sooner we leave it and put in place proper conservation, the better.
You were a member of the European Parliament Fisheries Committee, but only attended 1 out of 42 meetings.
No point. No point. It had no power at all.
Well, if you're not there, then you're not going to have any influence,
No, it had no power. It had no power. I tried, in my first term as an MEP, I attended it regularly, but I realised I was just wasting my time. If you look around the world, countries that run good fishing industries with good ecosystems are in control of their own waters. We've got bureaucrats running British waters to the detriment of this country. And frankly, if this government doesn't make it absolutely clear that in 21 months' time, at the end of the transition...
But here's the crucial point.
But they won't say that.
Right, but if they do move to a point soon where they do clarify it and they do say, at the end of a transition period, we get full control back of those waters, would you then accept that this is just part of the deal-making process?
Well...
And actually, would you be happy with that?
No, because...
We're not happy, but would you be understanding that, you know, negotiations are negotiations?
The problem in the 21 months is that they will set all the quotas that we're allowed to catch without us having any say whatsoever.
For that period of time?
Yes, and how many more businesses go bust during that period of time?
Do they genuinely believe that a lot of businesses will go bust because of the extra 21 months?
I know they will. I know they will. We have got a system
And for those who don't understand how this works, why would that happen?
Because what happens is you've got the fish that swim in European Union waters, of which we own most. And every year, those stocks are divvied up. So X% of cod go to the French, X% go to the British. At the moment, our small, under 10-metre fleet, that's the really sustainable end of the fishing industry, their quotas are so small, they literally cannot earn a living. And I think that many hundreds more will go to the wall over the course of the next couple of years, unless this government is prepared to get tough.
3 key votes on common fisheries policy legislation. In 2013, on common fisheries policy regulation, common market organisation regulation 2012, European Maritime Fisheries Fund regulation 2014, and none of those you voted
Oh, come on, I've voted on this thousands of times, but I've generally found myself to be in a minority with about 90% of the Parliament on the other side. Look, we are not going to get a better deal from Brussels on fisheries. We know that. I mean, frankly, fishing is the acid test of Brexit. If we do not take back our territorial waters, then the voters who voted Brexit will not get what they wanted.
But just again to clarify this is not saying we won't take back control. It just may be delayed by a further 21 months.
And Michael Gove, the Environment Secretary, said, I mean, he also has admitted he's disappointed.
What good's that?
The transition deal we've accepted is a suboptimal outcome, but it's only for 12 months and we have to keep our eyes on the prize.
Michael Gove had told us we were getting back full control on the 29th of March next year. That is not happening. It is now they've kicked the can down the road for a further 21 months. And I'm not convinced this government's got the courage to do it.
But isn't... Look, I come back to the first question I asked, which is, when you're negotiating such a massive thing as Brexit, which is so complex and multi-layered, you have to give and take. I mean, you have to.
Oh, we've given, Piers.
But this is government...
We've given 40 billion we're prepared to pay. We're allowing the European Court to continue to have a say over this country. Free movement of people continues now until 2021, nearly 5 years after we voted Brexit. I would say we've given enough already, and giving away fisheries is a step too far.